What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I just wanted to kind of do some box maintenance here. I have been doing a lot of different grinding and working on my box over the past couple of weeks. I did just recently post a video kind of updating what happened with my account when the reverse removal update went through. And I did, unfortunately, have a bunch of units that were forcibly awakened, ruining my collection as far as the one in every slot is concerned. But there are some kind of other things that have been going on in the game at the same time, just regarding updates with the game itself, and just my general progress of where I'm at, right? So, one thing that happened recently was I finished link leveling all of the characters that were in my box. Unfortunately, now we have loaded up again with a ton more characters. As you can see right here, we are in the workshop tab. This is every single unit that basically is not yet link level 10 that's in my box. So there are various World Tournament units. I have finished regrinding all of the free-to-play units in the game, and then we do have a gigantic stack of these Epic Showdown Gokus that I also spent some time farming up just before we got the announcement that that reverse update was coming, right? So this is basically everything in here. Now, I do have to go back and link level all of this again. Because, you know, I did previously have all these free-to-play characters finished, but obviously I do need to do them again, since this is what the lineage looks like for all of them. The one copy that used to be the SSR is now forcibly awakened to TUR, and I had to re-get the SSR copies for all of them, so yeah, so basically, very, very soon here, we are going to be able to get back to link leveling. But this is kind of what I've been grinding away at over the last few weeks. I think it's actually been over a month at this point since the last time that I was actively link leveling all day, right? And a big part of that was farming up these Epic Showdown Gokus because I did get all of the, you know, awakening medals to fully awaken all 500 of them as well, which did include getting a full stack of these medals right here, and that's still about half of what I need to finish all 500, so there will be more of that grinding to come in the future. Okay, so obviously, all of the free-to-play characters in here, though they're only level 80 out of 100, they are, I suppose if we go like this, so we are sorting by super attack level. You can see we're at super attack 10 here, all the way down through these. These guys are all super attack 10. Perfect. These ones, all still super attack 10. All of these characters are 10. Okay, moving all the way down, and then you can see it's just this little batch of characters here at the bottom that we've got left. So I did wait to do these on camera because I did finish farming up all the super attack levels. Like I said, obviously for all of the free-to-play characters, easy enough to dupe out their, you know, just copies of the characters to get them. But there are also, another thing that happened in-game, there's a lot of World Tournament characters in here, because simultaneously the game took away all of my World Tournament SSRs, right? Because I, you know, made sure I was very, very diligent about this. As World Tournaments have been going on, I've, you know, not missed one in basically, I think since the 41st World Tournament, haven't missed one, and I have been, you know, grinding away, getting all of the copies of the cards, finishing all the missions and everything. So with that, I have collected a ton of these Hercule Satan signatures. So I have gotten more than enough to basically be able to rainbow each of the characters that gets their EZA as they EZA, and then also, once they show up in the shop 2 tournaments after they EZA, I've been able to purchase an SSR copy of them as well. So basically, this entire list of characters right here, at one point, I did have SSR copies of literally every single one of these, and then a couple of other ones too that weren't on this list, just because they have not yet EZA'd, right? So I had all those, and then they all got forcibly awakened, so I lost all of them. Well, the fortunate news is that most of them are still usable copies for me, because World Tournament units aren't something that I've collected an overabundant amount of, so instead of these units being the SSR copies that I have in my box, they now become the un-EZA'd TUR, right? Because I had the EZAs and then the SSRs, so a lot of my SSRs just moved up, and then they now fill in this slot, so now I have to recollect a lot of the SSRs. Well, with the announcement that they made recently that they, you know, this was going to be the last World Tournament that has those ticket banners for the exclusive characters, and for future World Tournaments, we are now going to be looking at all of those all of the World Tournament units are just going to be available in the Hercule Satan signature shop, and you'll no longer have to summon for them. Instead, you're just going to be earning the, you know, Satan signatures to purchase them. So, over time, I will be able to rectify that. But what that meant was you might as well get rid of all of your tickets, right? They still have not given us any confirmation about the exchange rate of the tickets and stuff. I believe that exchange is actually happening like tomorrow or something. Okay, it's not happening until the next World Tournament, but the banners go away today is what it is. So if you were holding out to see any additional information about, you know, the exchange rate, if it's going to be one ticket into one Hercule Satan signature, or if they were going to do something different with it, we unfortunately, you know, won't have that information ahead of time, so you're going to have to decide now whether you want to, you know, spend those tickets or not. And in fact, by the time this video is posted, it might even be too late. The banner's probably already gone. But yeah, so hopefully you did use your tickets, because I have a sneaking suspicion that it's going to be a one-to-one transfer, and we're only going to be getting one Hercule Satan signature for those tickets, which in turn would mean that you essentially could have gotten 40 characters with the tickets spent, and instead you'll be able to pick up one copy of a character here, right? That's what I'm assuming is going to happen. So what I did was I used all of my tickets, and I had quite a few saved up. So with that massive bulk of tickets that I had saved up, I was able to get a lot of these SSRs back. So rather than, you know, continuously feeding in dupes to, like, the awakened copies, I just went ahead and started some fresh, you know, lineages. So basically any of the units that I pulled with those tickets, we do have the SSR copies of as well. But these are not free-to-play units, so there was about, like, 30 or 40 World Tournament units sitting in my box that I had to farm SA for. Right? So a ton of these units in here, they're all mixed in now because, you know, because they're all, like, we're sorting by SA anyway. There's no way for me to, like, filter out those World Tournament units. Actually, I suppose if we go like this, go by acquired, I can probably, because I would have done all the summons, like, basically at once. Or it'd be two batches of summons, because it'd be the reward summons and then, like, the initial mission summons during the World Tournament, right? Oh my goodness, there's just so many free-to-play characters that I've been farming up. Yeah, okay, so here we can go. Here we go. All these grayed out ones right here. These are all World Tournament units that I've super attack farmed there, and then there's a couple more right here. So, yeah, lots and lots of those done. But we've got a little bit left to do here. So let's go ahead and jump in and start moving, because we've got a couple of tasks to take care of. So, we'll go ahead and sort by super attack level again, just so we can see exactly which ones we need. Okay. So, first what we're going to do is we're going to go through these units here. A couple of these do have... So, basically what I did was I finished farming all of the super attacks, and what's left right here are units that I can either purchase units in the shop to be able to farm their super attacks, so I don't actually have to, like, play an event to grind. I could just straight up buy the units and then be done with it. Or there is no farmable super attack for that character, so I'll be forced to use Kai's on it. So that's basically what we're looking at with all of these units right here. So, first things first, let's go ahead and just use the Kais to get those units out of the way. So, the first one is Great Ape Turles here. Oh, wait. He is not Great Ape in his SSR form. I actually didn't realize that. He only turns... Oh, he's... Am I confusing him with a different... You know what it is? You know what it is? It's the Tech Great Ape Bardock that I was thinking. So actually, technically, there is one more unit that I need to go farm the super attack of. Oh, well, okay. It should be easy peasy enough for me to do that. I believe this has been turned into a Dragon Ball story, no? For this Turles here. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's turn off my Wi-Fi. Sorry about that. Don't know what's going on with that for the moment. That's fun. Yeah, so there is a DB story for that. Okay, so I'll have to go farm that one later. Whoops, I meant to do all of that before starting this video, but looks like I just missed one little straggler, because I was, I guess I should have done my due diligence to double-check his name. But for some reason, I thought it was a Great Ape Turles. I am, mistaken about that. The Great Ape Turles is actually the AGL banner unit. Okay, so we'll leave him for now, because that is going to be farmable for me. We'll move on to Baby here. There is no other baby named character in the game except for this summonable SR, which obviously we don't have any copies of, so we're going to go ahead and just spend Kai's here. Throw in a few extras of those. Okay, almost enough. I am actually going to leave this guy unawakened for right now, just because his full lineage looks like this at the moment. He doesn't even have a Dokkan Awakening. Oh, port issues. Whoops. Okay, there we go. But yeah, his full lineage looks like this, so I'm going to leave this extra copy that I have at base SSR unawakened. And then eventually, once he gets a Dokkan Awakening, I can rectify that, or maybe I'll have gotten more copies of him by then anyway, so it won't matter. Okay, so we only need the 2 more. Let's go ahead and do this. Ah, my goodness. The cord issues. Jesus. We hate that. Always happens at the beginning. Always happens at the beginning. This is the first video that I'm recording in this recording session, so... yeah, computer's just freaking out on me a little bit. Fun stuff. Love to see that. Okay, yeah, this is the fun part where we basically just get to sit here and farm a million of these Kais into this guy. I'll probably just switch to the, purple Elder Kais here, because I don't want this to take all day. We have a couple of extra things that I do want to, take care of in this video here, so we'll run that. Okay, jump back to the top here. Okay, so Turles is farmable. Yeah, we're going to be able to purchase 18 in the shop. We're going to be able to purchase this Trunks. The Trunks in Broly has the same name, so we'll be able to buy that. Kid Pan, there is no other unit in the game that we can use to farm this one up. Yeah, it's all summonable units there, so let's go ahead and do this. We'll use a chunk of these for, like, the first feed-in, and then beyond that, if we're, like, getting close to SA10, then I'll just switch to regular Kais. Okay, leave her at SSR here. Yeah, we've got 3 left. That should be enough. Let's go for the 4. I'm just going to keep blazing through, even with these cord issues happening. We're just going to keep getting this over and over. You guys aren't missing anything too important, I suppose. But, like, holy moly, this is so annoying. Okay, so Yamchas, we'll be able to buy those with green Incredible Gems. The GT Super Saiyan Vegetas, yeah, it would just be the other summonable character. Okay, so we'll have to use Kais on this one. Okay, let's see if that is enough. Okay, so Yamcha, we're going to be able to buy Bojack as well. Mercenary Tau, we will not be able to purchase. Yeah, there's no farmable. Okay. Alright, we'll start out with, like, a solid 14 of those. That should be fine. That only fed in 4 super attack raises out of 14. That's actually insane. Alright, well, this is why we use them for the bulk. Because obviously, it just takes so many of them to get anywhere with your super attack levels. Alright, we'll do that, and then whatever's left, we can just feed in with normal Kais. Okay, there we go, down to 1. Perfect. There we go. That way we don't have to sit there all day feeding in one of those dosing Kais at a time. Alright, Tau is good to go here. Okay, and then we have Perfect Cell. Yeah, this one also only has summonable units. Okay. So we'll start out with 15 of those. Sure, that should be fine. Okay, looks like the cord wants to behave a little more now, which is nice, because for the next portion of the video, there is some stuff that I definitely will want to make sure is captured on screen, for sure. And obviously, just because I'm using such a large amount of Kais right now, that's kind of why I wanted to cover this. You know, we did start with, like, 130 of those dozing Kais. We had a couple more of these Elder Kais, and then obviously we used a lot of Grand Kais here too, for those first couple of units that we farmed up, so yeah, that was a lot of Kais spent, but there we go. That should be all the ones that we have to spend. We've only got 8 units left here, so we're only going to feed in super attack for 6 of them, because the B-Pans, I'm actually just going to continually play the B-Pan stage, you know, once a week, and then get the copy of the card, and eventually I will SA10 these guys. So I'm not, like, in a rush to get these ones done, so we'll just leave those ones. Those ones are going to be not SA10'd by the end of this video, but these other 6 we got to take care of. Or, well, I guess we're not going to do the Turles either, because that was, like, a blunder on my end, right? So I'll have to do the Turles later on. But the other 5, the other 5, we do got to go buy the, you know, the SA food for. So let's go ahead and do that really quick. So we need, just downloading the 5 characters that we need. Okay, perfect. So we're going to be able to find all of those in the green Incredible Gem shop. So let's go ahead and do that. So the other thing, we'll keep this in mind as we go and buy these. The other thing is, we have, like I mentioned, we have finished farming up the entire free-to-play game again. We did all of the Prime Battles, all of the Super Strikes, all of the story events, like all of the beginner challenge events with, like, the Epic Showdown Goku, the Team Bardock, and the Ginyu Force team, all the DB stories, like, just every single character. They're all done. They're all fully farmed up. The only things that we have left to acquire as far as the free-to-play part of the game, if you exclude World Tournament, which I am excluding, It is two things: any units that can be purchased and the friend summon. Those are the two spaces that I still need to fill in, you know, the SSR copies again. So, just glancing through the Baba shop anywhere that you could possibly purchase. I guess starting over here at trade points, I did already actually buy the 5 characters that are available here with the trade points. You know, the Great Saiyaman, the Master Roshi, the Krillin, all of that, the Bura, and Nappa. Yeah, already got all of those ones taken care of. So we're good with the Baba points character purchasing. There are no characters that you can purchase with Zenny, so that part is good to go. And then looking through all of the different currencies that we've got, obviously SSR Force tickets aren't going to be anything. Most of these free-to-play currencies aren't going to elicit any characters here. Obviously, we're skipping over Satan's signatures. This is something that we'll go through when the next World Tournament goes live. We'll be rectifying, you know, which SSRs we still need to gain back and stuff. And just, we're going to wait to spend anything here until we know what the future of this shop looks like once they update things for the World Tournament, right? So we're going to hold off on that. I have already farmed up this new free-to-play event, the new Daima characters, so those ones are good to go. Don't need to get those ones. The Gammas here we don't have to get because they don't have Dokkan Awakenings, so I still have the one in every slot for them. There was nothing forcibly awakened for me, so don't need to worry about them. I've already purchased these units because you had to farm that currency from the story event, right? So those ones are taken care of. No characters here, no characters here, none here, none here. Oh, she does not have a Dokkan Awakening, so I don't have to worry about her either. Okay, no characters, right? Yeah, no characters here. None there, none there. Okay, so technically there's characters here. Obviously, this is a limited currency shop, so we're not going to go... you know, this wasn't something that I did prior to the update either. You know, getting like SSR copies or unawakened copies, or for these LRs, the uneasy aid copies, once they get their easy A, so... haven't been worrying about any of that. And then obviously all of these characters that are available down here are just duplicates of characters that you can buy with Incredible Gems. So obviously we would rather spend the Incredible Gems to do that. With the blue Incredible Gem shop, there are no characters to buy. And then all of the characters that we are about to obtain are right here in the green Incredible Gem shop. Because obviously all of this is the gacha point stuff moving forward with like summonable characters, right? Okay, so, that being established, now that we see where we're at, the first thing that we need to do is obtain some green Incredible Gems, because I did deplete my stockpile of them when I maxed out all of my hourglasses before the reverse removal update, so we gotta go ahead and grab some of them from here. So let's go ahead and transfer like 100,000 right now. Just because we've got so many on either side, it's not gonna really make too much of a difference, like how many we've got here and there. Oh gosh. Gonna be hard to pinpoint. It doesn't have to be exact, I suppose. There we go. We'll just move that. That's basically 100,000. Okay, cool. And we'll be over anyway because we already had like 8,000 sitting. Perfect. Okay, so we've got 100,000 here now. That should be enough to pick up all the characters that we need. So, for this Frieza, this is just a TUR. So we only need the 14 copies of him here to get him, to get the SSR fully filled out. Okay, so 14 copies of that. Now, Bardock here is an LR, so we actually need 28 copies because we need the 14 here and the 14 here. And then we also need to make sure that we buy 319 medals, so that we can awaken one of those copies to the TUR and then have a singular medal sitting. I'll probably do the medal purchasing a little bit later. Because I have also been going through the game at the same time that I was refarming all of these events with all these characters. I figured since I was going through the entire game again, I might as well complete my medal collection. So any awakening medals that have been available through any of the events that I've been playing, I've made sure to have at least one of those medals obtained, of every single one, right? And then for like all of the LRs that I had to Dokkan Awaken to the TUR status, I made sure to just have like I said with this one, like one extra medal beyond the Dokkan Awakening that I did, just to make sure I have the medals collected. So I need to do that same thing, collecting medals through the entire Baba shop, because I've already gotten all the ones you can farm, just not all the ones you can purchase, right? So, I will probably do that later, but we've got our copies of the Bardock there. Okay, that is all good, and then, okay, so we've got to do this too. Vegito here is an LR. Oh, we're actually probably going to need more Incredible Gems. maybe, we'll see. These guys are pretty expensive. We're going to need 28 of them. This actually hurts a lot. This is really, really annoying, because there are those few characters that I've farmed up so many copies of, that I used as, like, link level leaders or link level fodder or whatever back in the day, and I literally still have to farm more of them. It's so annoying. But is what it is, nothing I can do about it. Just gotta make it happen. So let's go ahead and grab our 28 of these as well. Alright, perfect. The other thing I could do here is I could just buy 5 copies for the SSR and 5 copies for the TUR, and then I could go to the Super Vegito Dokkan event and then just farm the stage 1 that drops the SSR Vegito. So technically, I could free-to-play farm it that way, but I'm really not too worried about it. I have such a surplus of incredible gems. It's worthwhile to do this, right? Okay, so we'll grab those. This guy does not Dokkan Awaken. He does Dokkan Awaken, again, just to the TUR status, so we only need the 14 copies there. So we'll go ahead and grab these. Perfect. Okay, and then we have, this is the Trunks and Broly, so we're going to need the 28 copies there. Alright. There we go. 28 of those. Awesome. This guy has a Dokkan Awakening as well. Yes, he does. He does. Okay, so I do need to pick up 14 copies of him. Okay. Cooler has a Dokkan Awakening, I believe. Yes, we'll grab 14 of those. Okay. Oh, Android 13 does. Man, oh man, there was actually more of these than I thought. Okay. This guy does have a Dokkan Awakening. Yeah, okay, he counts as well. He counts as well. Alright, that is perfect. She technically... Yeah, she has a Dokkan Awakening as well. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, there definitely were more of these than I originally anticipated. Just for compliance, let's double check. I was 100% sure he had the Dokkan Awakening. Just didn't know if there was any shenanigans of, like, I already had the card there for some reason or something. Okay, and then those ones are good. Okay, so we just picked up all of the individual units that we needed. Now we need to go back and buy the copies for the SA food for the units in my box, right? So, the first unit was the Android 18. So let's go ahead and buy 9 more copies of Android 18 so we can max out her SA. Then we need 9 copies of Yamcha for that SA. We need 9 copies of Bojack for the Physical World Tournament one. And then we need 9 copies of this for the World Tournament Tech Trunks. Was that it? Oh, there's also a Vegito sitting in my box. That's at S8-2 right now. So we need 8 more of him. So we'll go ahead and buy these too. 8 more copies of those. And then that should be all the ones, yeah? Perfect, perfect. I think it was. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look. Yep. Okay, perfect. So we bought all the copies of characters that we need for any of this. Now, I'm not going to waste your guys' time on camera here, farming these up. But you just saw me get all the resources that we need to finish these out, minus the Awakening medals for the LRs to get them up to TUR status, which, like I said, I'll go back and deal with that later. But there we go. I just wanted to basically show off me spending another bulk of incredible gems, because that's that, you know, I would have done that off camera, but just because we were spending a pretty bulk amount at once, I wanted to make sure to include that. I have, over time, you know, tracked on the YouTube channel, like, anytime I've done a major spending haul of the like either blue or green incredible gems, I've showed it off on the channel, just so that I could have proof of, like, how many I've once had, right? Because now it's looking very, my collection of them is looking very, very slim, right? We only have, like, yeah, it's less than 300k now, which is insane. I did some rough maths thinking back to, like, all of the, you know, these medals that I've bought, like, multiple times, and all the copies of the Vegito that I farmed up and stuff. Any of the various, like, grinds I've done where I've done, like, major farming hauls from the incredible gems. And I worked it out to the fact that I've spent probably, like, a solid 1.5 million incredible gems over time. Which is insane. So yeah, we're basically, like, if I continue to link level on quest stages and earn incredible gems, maybe for another, like, 6 months or so, it's probably gonna be like I've earned in the total lifetime of my Dokkan account about 2 million incredible gems, which will be insane. So, you know, unfortunately, there's no way to, like, really track that because I have been spending them and they're not just sitting there collected. But like I said, I have showed off on video every time I've spent, like, a major amount of them at once. So, okay, so that is that. There is still some more stuff that I want to take care of before this video is over, though. So now we have collected the entire free-to-play game again, minus the friend summon. I guess let's go ahead and touch on that really quick since we're talking about it. So the issue here with the friend summon is the fact that I only have 1 million friend points. That is extremely low. That is excruciatingly low. You know, look at longtime players, they've got upwards of 100 million friend points. So the fact that I only have 1 million is really, really, really bad. But there is a specific reason why, and that's because they have added the special friend summons that you can do during major celebrations that cost 20k friend points, and then you're able to get lots of Kai's and Zenny statues and things like that. And I have fully depleted my friend points on multiple occasions during those, you know, celebration periods, just because earning the Kai's was like a more important thing for me at the time. Well, now, unfortunately, I need at least like 10 copies of all of the, you know, friend summon LRs that are here. But the rates for this banner are so horrendous for you to pull those LRs at this point that I'm pretty sure even if I spent all 1 million friend points, I probably would not. No, I definitely would not have 10 copies of each of these LRs. So yeah, I'm not really sure what that's going to be looking like. I'm probably going to focus on that in a different video. And in fact, I might even just make a video spending all these friend points and just see how many copies I can get of each of these LRs. But that's going to be a whole separate thing. We're not going to touch that today. So we'll leave that alone for now, which means the only other thing that we need to do is a little bit of rectifying in our account right now. So here's the deal. Okay, I suppose I should have showed this off a moment ago, because now it's not going to be quite as accurate. Our box space is almost full at the moment, but that's because, you know, you can see all of these copies of characters that we just bought, as well as there's still a lot of characters here that have, like, for instance, this unit has different links at the SSR form down here, the SR form, that are going to go away once I awaken him. So even though he's a new farmed up free-to-play character, I can't actually feed in his dupes yet because I need to link level him here, and then I think it's like Super Saiyan turns into Warrior Gods or something like that. And so I need to get Super Saiyan to level 10, then I can Dokkan Awaken him up to here, continue to link level him, and feed in the dupes, right? So I've got a bunch of units like that. That's why you see all these 4s here, because it's just the dupes waiting to go into those characters eventually. There's a little bit more fodder up here just from the stuff I just finished farming up, and then everything that we bought. So there is an inaccuracy of just a bit in the box about, you know, like the exact number of spaces I have left to collect new characters and whatnot, right? But we'll call it about like 4,600 right now. So there is somebody else who is way, way higher in power level than me, right? I thought I was sitting pretty for a long time because I thought that the only other person on Global who had a higher power level than me was Poimao, who currently has 30 million power level and has quit the game, so that's not going to be rising. So definitely it will be very, very easy for me to catch up to Poimao and be, you know, have what I thought was going to be the highest power level on Global. Turns out there is someone else, goes by the name of Migate, who has 38 million power level currently, and it's still rising every day. So I don't know what their box space is. I don't know how long they've been playing the game. I don't have much information about them or what the peaks of their power level could possibly be, other than just the basic theory crafting that I've gone through so far. But looking at the potential for power level increase in my box comparative to where I'm at and where I need to get to pass up Migate, it's looking like we're in a little bit of a danger zone at the moment. So, here's the thing. Currently, my power level is a good chunk over 25 mil. So, 25.3 right now, almost 25.4. Migate is at, like I said, 38 something at the moment. So, basically, we're going to need another, like, 13 million power level just to catch up to where they're at right now. So all of these Epic Showdown Gokus, when I finish farming up all of these guys, it's going to be an additional about 8 million power level added. So that alone is not going to be enough, right? But you also have to factor in all of these extra free-to-play units that I got here, right? So if we look at the fact that in the workshop right now, we have about just over 800 units. Again, this is rough maths because there's a bunch of units we just bought that aren't yet in here and stuff. But about 830 units here. 500 of these are these Epic Showdown Gokus, which means there's another 300 characters who, you know, if we're averaging, I guess I do need to do the math on this still. So we'll just average like 8 links per. Because most of them are just going to have their original set of links. So we'll just do 8 links, so it'll be 8,000 per unit, basically. And then for some units that only have the 7 links, you also get the credit for Dokkan Awakening with the LRs and stuff. 8,000 seems like a decent average to me, right? Okay, so we'll do 8,000 times, like, the extra, what was it, like 300 characters? It's going to be another, okay, even if we round up a little bit, just to be generous, another 3 million power level. So now we're looking at 11 million power level with, if I were to finish everything I've got right here, that's going to put me up to about 36 million, maybe 37 million power level, based on what I've got right now. But that means in order to catch Migate, or pass Migate, I'm going to need to do even more. Granted, I do still have some box space left to be able to do that, but also, I have a way to be able to create more box space for myself. So, the thing is, we've got lots of these units, lots of, like, dupes of different free-to-play units farmed up. So, we have all of these, Gokus here. Let's go by character again so they can all be bumped into one. So all these version Z Gokus are, you know, in my box, they are all Link level 10 currently. We've got all of these Vegetos. These are also all Link level 10. We have the, oops, not LRs, these ones. Oh, and it's Extreme Class. No? Maybe they are Super Class. Oh, they are. Okay. Yeah, so all of the Krillin and Vegetas here. These ones are not all finished yet. Some of these are not yet link leveled. They're just sitting there waiting to be link leveled. And then we've also got these guys. And then as far as tech goes, it's literally just the Epic Showdown Gokus. Oh, which they're not URs, yeah. So, yeah, literally we've farmed a singular unit in game of every type, coincidentally. And basically, if I wanted to earn more potential power level, what I could do is Baba all of those characters and replace every single one of them with an Epic Showdown Goku. Because the Epic Showdown Goku provides the most amount of power level of any unit, right? So I'm going to be getting pretty massive gains if I do that to something like the Version Z Goku, is a unit that only has 7 links. So we're going to be more than doubling the power level that we earn from all of those, because we're going to go from 7 links per with 2 Dokkan Awakenings into, you know, 15 links per with 4 Dokkan Awakenings. So, yeah, gonna be massive. We're gonna be basically going from 7,400 power level per unit all the way up to 15,800, which is quite a massive increase, right? And we'll kind of see the same thing for the Vegeto. Again, 2 Dokkan Awakenings because it's an LR, but then the Vegeto also has 9 links instead of 7, so a little bit less of an increase there. And then, unfortunately, for the Vegeta, Krillin, and then the Hercule Buu, they have 13 links, so we're not going to be seeing that much gains on top of that. So yeah, that is a long-term flex goal, something eventually that I will do. First, I'm going to finish, you know, link leveling everything that I've got in this workshop now. Once we're finished with that, then we're going to you know, then we're going to continue to fill up the rest of our box space that we have, whatever excess we have at the time, with more Epic Showdown Gokus. And then once we're fully maxed out on box space and we have no units to link level left, that is the point where, even if we're not past Migate, even if we are, just at that point, the next step will be to start getting rid of some of those dupes and then replacing them with new Epic Showdown Gokus, right? So, you know, I could just do that right now, but the problem is, if I were to just go delete all of those units out of my box, I would lose so much power level over all of those, and there's no way that I'm willing to do that, right? I've actually passed the Truth DT in power level because he has done that recently, regarding this reverse update. You know, he's never duped up the same free-to-play character over and over and over again, other than historically when he did that with Version Z Goku, which he has since gotten rid of all of those. But now he's getting rid of all of the duped characters that are, you know, basically just a repeat iteration of the exact same character he's already got in his box because of the reverse update, right? So he has been deleting those and replacing them, so I end up passing his power level. But I do not want mine to lower the way that his is, so I am not going to be touching that. However, if you notice here, we still do have a good chunk of these Vegeta Krillins that are in the workshop, and the Hercule Boos that are in the workshop. Anything in the workshop has not yet been link leveled. I guess just for compliance, we can also do this. Link level up possible. That way we know for sure these ones have not been link leveled. Okay, so the thing is here, with these having already been farmed up, all that I've done is I've collected the 14 copies, fed them in, because all the dupes are open, SA10, and I got the awakening medals to get them awakened, and then I awakened them. And that's it. So we're just out a couple of medals, and some stamina, some training items, if I sell all of these right now. And don't bother link leveling them, since I know that at some point down the road, they're going to be removed from my box. It feels completely worthless to actually link level them now. So, this is the last thing that I want to do for today's video. We are going to come right in here, go down to sell characters for points. Cool, we are in the workshop. Oh, I'm gonna have to go unlock all of them first. Let me do that. Let me make a quick cut. I'm gonna unlock all of them, and then we'll sell them. All right, cool. So we've got them all unlocked. Again, just making sure that the link level up possible is activated, so we don't accidentally sell any that have links at level 10. Which there might be like one or something that was like currently being worked on. Yeah, okay, would just be the first one. So we're gonna lose like a couple points of power level, but I don't think it's gonna be a huge deal. So we are going to go ahead and get rid of all of these. But yeah, that first one should have been the only one that's worked on. And then it might be the same situation with the Hercule Boo. There might be like one at the top that's already got some links on it. Yeah, he's got a lot of links at 10. I think I might actually leave that one just because he has so many links at 10. Let's go ahead. You know what? I'll leave that other halfway done one. That halfway done Krillin and Vegeta too. Because these, moving on from here, should be at lower. Yeah, even if there's a couple of them that have some links, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not too worried about that. Actually, you know what? Let's get rid of that one because it only had the one link. I think we'll keep this because it's almost SA10, though. Or link level 10. We'll just leave that one. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of these units here. And there we go, some extra Baba points. Love to acquire that. Very good. Okay, and now we're looking like 750 characters in here. Ready to go, that we got a link level. Holy moly. So, yeah, we just got to finish rectifying the box a little bit with the, you know, all that extra fodder that we just picked up in this video, so I'm going to get back to that, and then it's going to be right back to link leveling. That was a nice little, like, month-long hiatus from link leveling, but we are about to jump right back into things, and the journey continues on. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. That's basically everything that I have for you guys today. Let me know what the state of your account is looking like, just regarding all of the weirdness that's been going on with the World Tournament changes, with the reverse update changes, all that kind of stuff. Curious to see what kind of grinds you guys are focused on at the moment. So, that is what's going on with me. That's everything that I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace!